Okay, so we are live again. Hello everyone. This is Graeme.
And this is Dean.
We're doing another live playthrough. This is going to be a card game this time that I chose this one. I like the look of the box for this. But as usual, we're going to record these. I'm going to walk you through how the game plays, and then we'll play the game and give you our kind of first impressions at the end. Again, Dean and I have never played this game before. I read the rules. I did a quick explanation to Dean before we started recording, and I will go basically later. So, the game that we are going to play is called Ausonia, I want to say. Assuming that's how it's pronounced. It was supposed to go on Kickstarter at the end of March, but it got delayed, and I believe it's going live on Kickstarter sometime in May. Don't quote me on that. You can definitely check out the Kickstarter page for this. It is a... If you've ever played a deck builder game before, it's the same idea. It is another deck builder. It is... I shouldn't say that it's going live. It is live on Kickstarter now. It's already reached its funding goal, so if you want to back it, or it looks like it is going to hit retailers and it's going to basically make its money to be published. So it is a deck builder. If you ever played a game like Dominion or Thunderstone, any of those type of deck builder games, the game will seem very... you'll understand how the game flows. There are a couple little interesting aspects to this game, which is why I want to try it, but I will walk you through how the game plays. So we're going to go to Tabletopia, and in this time I am the blue player and Dean is going to be a red. So everybody starts with the same deck of 12 cards for this deck here, and everybody starts with 10 victory points, or influence points, this game calls them, and that's tracked on this track here. As soon as someone reaches 60 victory points or influence points, you will that signals the end of the game. You finish the round, and then the round's over. Let's have a quick look at some of the cards in your deck. So let me just flip a couple of these over so we can have a look at them. There are essentially two different types of cards. There are gem cards or power cards, and there are favor cards. So your hand is 6 cards, and I'm just going to zoom up so we can kind of better see these cards. Let's say these are the 2 cards in my hand out of the 6. I can always play a favor card as long as I can pay the cost along the bottom. So here it says if I also played a red gem, I get to draw 2 cards. So if I played this information card and this red gem out of my hand, I can activate the information and draw 2 cards out of my draw deck. Very simple. There are a number of little keywords at the bottom of the card, but they're not overly complex, and I'm not going to explain them all now. We'll go through them as we go. Just know that anything that says influence gives you victory points, and corruption will take victory points away from whoever you play it against. And we're just playing a 2-player game here. Let's say instead I did not want to play this information card out of my hand. The other option you can do is buy a card from the middle of the table. So there are 2 types of cards you can buy. One are power cards, which are the ones up on top, and the cost for all cards is on the top left-hand side. So if I want to buy this double green gem, it would cost me 2 blue gems to buy it. The favor cards across the bottom, again, will cost you the amount to buy in the top left-hand corner. When you buy cards in this game, they go face down in front of you into your play area. So let's say I bought this contest, I would put it here and flip it over. It doesn't go directly to your discard pile because there is some manipulation of your discard pile in your play area in your hand, which is why they say you flip it face down in front of you, so you know that it's going to go into your discard pile at the end of the game, but right now it's almost like in a stasis area. And again, whenever you play a card, you're going to be able to do the actions across the bottom as long as you can pay for it with the gems out of your hand. If I look at this Whispering, for example, you'll notice Whispering has 2 lines in it. It's got a blue gem line and a red gem line. When I play this card, I have to play one of the abilities, but I do not have to play both of them. But the secondary one will be available to me throughout the round that I play it. So if I play this one with this red gem, I get to draw 2 cards. I could play a bunch of other cards, I could buy cards, I could do whatever I want. And let's say the last action I'm going to do on my turn is to play a blue gem and activate the corruption. So when I play the card, I have to play it for one of the lines, but the secondary line doesn't have to be done until sometime later on in your turn. You can choose never to use that secondary ability. So it's kind of up to you how you play the card. The other type of thing you're going to see on a card are these red boxes. So if I bring down contest, that's not a good one. Let's bring down collect. If I play the collect card, again, it's got 2 lines on them. If I play 2 gems, I get to draw 2 cards and I gain 5 influence or victory points. The bottom one here has this red box, and there will be a number of cards that have different things in the red box. This one says, if I play another card that has a skull icon on it, so top right-hand corner, if I play another card with that, I can then trigger the secondary effect. I can't use the skull that's on the card, but let's say I played this Whispering one, it has a skull in the top right. So I play the Whispering one, let's say I play a red gem to draw 2 cards. And if I've already played this collect card, I can say I'm using the skull in here to trigger this effect. So it's a way that you don't have to pay anything to use those red boxes, but you have to have done whatever it says in that red box on your turn to activate it. And again, they don't have to be in order. So I could play this card at the beginning of my turn to draw 2 cards and gain 5 influence, do a bunch of stuff, play Whispering later on, and this Whispering would then go back and trigger my collect card. The 2 kind of different aspects to this deck builder are what are called raise and what are called seal. So this very first card here, this contest, is you'll notice that this little triangle multicolored gem, that is a wild. That means it's any single gem will trigger this. Raise is the ability to put cards, it's essentially a way to streamline your deck. Let's say I don't want to have this information card in my hand anymore. I'm going to use the raise ability to put it in my raise area. Turn it over here, I'm going to flip it over. If I got another raise card, I could raise another card out of my hand or my discard pile to my raise area. If it is a card that's got one of these stars on the top, and the only cards that are going to have the stars on the top are your beginning gems. None of the power cards, so these up here, none of these power cards will ever have a star on them. But I could put it on top of a card that's face down and create what's called a source. This source now is a permanent red gem that I'm going to have available to me every round. I can use it once per round, but it never goes away. That's what raise does. Raise allows you to put these cards off to the side. Any non-star cards go face down, and the star cards go on top of a face down card to create a source. So that's what raise does. The other kind of different aspect to this game is one called seal. Seal is essentially putting a card aside for use later. And the seal has to be a card that you've played in your played area. And again, let's say I played these 2 cards and I got one that said seal. I can put this off to the side, and basically what that means is I can play it on a later turn. So it doesn't take a spot up in my hand size, which is 6, but you're kind of putting it aside to hopefully use it at a later date. You still have to pay the cost for it. So if I want to unseal it, at any time during my turn, I can pull it back into my play area and then use its ability as long as I pay the gem cost for it, or as long as it's met the prerequisites for the red boxes. But it's a way to kind of say, I've played this card and I want to play it again, on a later turn. And it's your decision when you call that card back and unseal it. Everything else is pretty straightforward, and we'll kind of go through it as we play. So, I guess randomly decide that, let's say Dean will go first.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is we're both going to draw 6 cards into our hand.
I'll try. I need to draw them in. Never mind. Forgot. That gave me that gave me way more than 6. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. That did give me all 12 of them.
Yes, you took all 12 cards. So right off the start, Dean's trying to cheat.
Well, let me put them all in the same time. No. Oh, come. All right, redo it. Restart. I want to put it back in there.
Got to move it so it's so the undercard here slightly red.
Is that it? There it is. So, talk amongst yourselves.
This is the first time Dean's used a computer, so you have to bear with him. The game says it takes about 30 minutes, and from reading the rules, I think I've been through most of the keywords. There is manipulation, for example. Manipulation allows you to draw cards, put a card from your discard pile or your hand on top of your deck, so you're kind of guaranteed to pull it up the next time. Sorry, just from your discard pile. You can take that number of cards out of your discard pile and put them back on top of your draw pile. Foresight. Foresight allows you to draw that many cards. So if it's Foresight 3, I can draw 3 cards off of my draw deck and decide how to put them back on my either draw pile or discard pile. So I can basically take up 3 cards and say, I want this one. I don't want this to use this card, so I'm going to put it in my discard pile. I'm going to put these other 2 cards, whichever way I want on my draw pile. So yeah, those are I think I've been through all of the keywords now.
Okay, so I've got my 6 cards. Am I playing as many as I want?
Yeah, yeah, you can play as many as you want.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, and do we do any unused cards? Do we retain them? Or
yeah? So at the end of your turn, you are going to discard all the cards that you've played in your play area. Any cards out of your hand you want to discard, you can get rid of. So you can keep as many as you want.
Okay.
And then you will draw back up to 6. So if you don't want to keep any of your cards, you can get rid of them. If you want to keep all of them, that's fine. You just draw back up to 6.
Does this refill when I buy a card?
As soon as you buy a card, it refills.
Okay. Okay. I can't do that. I'm sorry, what did you say? We retain the cards, or they go into this card?
The ones in your hand?
Yeah, if we don't use them.
Yeah, you can choose to discard them if you want, or they'll stay in your hand.
Okay. All right, I'm going to, because I don't know what else is in my deck, I'm going to keep these 2 that I haven't used. And then...
discard the rest?
I guess it doesn't really matter. Do we have a discard somewhere? Or?
I'm not sure. Like I said, there's a discard area, there's a seal area, and there's a raise area. There's nothing on the board that kind of says what's what.
All right. Hold on. I get them all in one stack here. All right. I guess he should probably... Do we keeping them face up, or...
Yeah, you can keep them face up, because you'll shuffle it back into your draw pile at the end.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I guess I'm done.
Okay, so I'm going to play both blue gem. So that says influence 3, so I gain 3 influence points. 13 points. I'm on my way! And then I'm going to...
we start with 10? Is that what we start with?
Yeah, we start with 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to play 2 more gems. I'm going to buy power card. And can't buy anything else. So here.
Does it matter? Were we supposed to draw up at the end of our turn,
yes,
or wait to the beginning?
No, you're supposed to draw at the end. Okay, so keeping the cards from my hand.
6. Oh, we only started with 12 cards on our start pile.
We did.
If I've drawn 6 and... Oh, no, because I kept 2. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, math. I know it's confusing, but that's the way it works.
It is. It really is. All right, so I'm going to play whatever that one is. I'll play a gem to draw.
Oh, we've lost Dean, as usual. You can see he's still playing, but we've lost his voice. So you're just going to hear me for that little bit while he still reconnects. Either that or he's just ignoring us. He doesn't want to talk. Doesn't want to talk on live anymore. But giving you some behind the scenes stuff, it is this happens a fair bit even when we're recording our podcast. So it's one of the reasons why we don't do our podcast live, because we do lose connection sometimes. Because again, Dean travels, and we're reliant on the network connection that he gets through his hotel wherever. So I think he should probably write a blog or something that kind of rates his hotels based on the Wi-Fi connection. So let's see. Call has ended with Dean, so let's see. Call him back. Let's see if he answers. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short live stream. But yeah, this is the joys of playing virtually. Yeah, full connections. Right, this might not answer us at all. Never know. Are you there, Dean?
Hello?
This is your pizza order?
Who is this? Is this Bobby, my grandson? I hate Skype. I could see that it was that it was going to disconnect me because it blocked out on me. So, all right. Okay, whoops. I don't want that. Hold on.
So I was saying while you were disconnected that you should write a blog based on the Wi-Fi connections you get in the different hotels and kind of rate the hotels on how good their Wi-Fi is.
I'm not even sure it's the Wi-Fi. I think it's Skype.
It's Skype itself?
Maybe. Okay, so I was playing this to draw 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what are these cards here? I can't do that. Could do that. If you raise something, can you use it on the same turn?
You'd have to do a raise 2.
I'd have to raise something twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna play these 2 to draw this in. And then, ooh, what is that one?
That's the
it's the wild. So it's like I can play any 2 for that one.
Yeah.
So I can play any 2 to get a wild. Sure. I'll take this one.
Don't take the whole deck. You just get one card.
Oh, they give me all of them? Hold on. Oh, for the love of God.
Okay. Stop. Don't touch anymore.
Oh, Mr. Technical. All right. There's not very many cards in that power deck, is there?
No.
Only 12 left. Okay. I'm gonna keep this one, but I will. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna discard. And I think I can. Do you see how well I did that?
Wow, I am impressed. I don't know why they didn't. Well, maybe it's because of where the cards are placed. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't give us our own little play area. So while you're cleaning up, I could play.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one. So I need to hold on. Let me flip, shuffle, and
You're doing that. I'm gonna discard. Take there. And I'm going to play this card. Portion there. My turn is done. Discard. Drop back up to 6.
So I'm seeing like one of the cards here in the row says discoveries.
Mm-hmm.
It has like the cog icon. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's kind of like the other ones where you have to play a skull. This one you've got to play a cog to unlock the ability at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess those are like the types or something like that. So
Yeah.
if you play discoveries to activate the second one, you'd have to do another cog type card.
Okay. All right. Hmm. All right. I'll play 1, 2. I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah,
Flip it,
influence 7 is pretty nice.
and then. Doo-doo-doo. Um, hmm. Hmm. I don't think there's really much else I can do here. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna. Okay, so let me discard these.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going
I'm gonna
to
keep these.
sell it.
I'll just keep all 3.
Head. Else. Sure. Portion. So you have to discard a card out of your hand.
My choice, or
Your choice, yeah. You get to pick whichever
okay.
one, and I get 2 influence for that.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. The seal is when we're putting it, setting it aside for later use, right?
That's right, yeah.
All right. I have no idea what's going to be good. All right, so I'm going to play this red and this wild. I'm going to take this one here that's a blue and a red.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Then replace the favor card.
oh yeah. Sorry. It's Edgar Allan Poe. You may use the active abilities of cards in the offer row this turn. Pay their cost.
Yeah. So these are the offer cards.
All right. All right. All right. I think I'm done. Oops. Leave that one behind.
Ian's always trying to steal.
Yeah. Didn't think you'd see that.
Okay, so I am going to play.
This one.
Ooh. Play that. influence. I think that's heard.
Hmm. Hmm. What if I don't like anything?
On your turn, you can technically not play any cards, just discard your entire hand, and then draw back up.
I can't do that one. Can't do that one. Can't buy that. Can't buy that. All right, I don't have much choice. I'm going to play these three, and I'm going to buy the contest here. But in order to use that manipulation, I got to have another card with a shield, right? Yes.
No, for that manipulation, you have to play a card that has a manipulation keyword on it.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Well, whatever. Whoops. What am I doing here? The table's turning. All right. It's fine. I'm not going to flip it because I'm just done.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to card to buy this one. That one. One. This one. Secrecy. Oops. And I think that is. Okay.
I like the art in it.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of the art from Ashes, but I don't know who the artist is. All right, so I should have done this before, I guess. Amount. Doesn't seem right, is it? I've only got 5 cards in there. That can't be right.
No, I think you've got 2 stacks together.
I gotcha. Why is it? Ay, ay, ay. Give me the orb. There we go. I know I could do this by the whole stack, which is probably infuriating you right now.
It certainly is. Like, just let me do it. Just leave it alone. Just tell me what.
Fine, do it.
Tell me what you want.
I hit shift. Just put this 3 stack on top of this 10 stack.
There.
What are you doing? Are you hitting shift to do that?
Yes.
I thought I was doing that too, but it's only giving me 1 card. All right.
There.
And shuffle it for me. It's be like playing with kids. I can't shuffle.
There.
All right, so I need 1 more card. Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Now I'm cooking with gas. Okay, so I'm gonna buy. Boom. Finally. Flip.
Oh,
That's the last power card. Man,
no, because you took all the power cards.
Oh, I took all.
Just take one.
Well, it's funny when I want to move the whole deck, I can't.
There.
All right, flip. Okay. So, what is this one at the end? Ooh, Frankenstein. Okay, what is this one? 1, 2. Oh, let's do it. I'm feeling crazy. I'm gonna play these 2, and then I'll play this one out. which I will use the 2 blue to draw 2 and get 5 influence.
Yep. Dean's on the board.
I am on the board. And what's that give me? 15? So we're putting it right below it? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. 15. Okay, so that one for me to use that. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, no, you do have a source, right? No.
No, I don't.
Your source is, no, you have a seal.
No, that's actually my discard deck.
Oh, that's your discard. Never mind. Okay, I can do. Ooh, 2. So when it says, like this top one up here, does it actually have to be the 2 wilds or just can be any 2?
I'm assuming it means any 2.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. No. I guess I'm going to have to do that then. So I'll play these 2. I will take the 1 and flipper. And I'm done.
Okay. Play that one. That. Thank you. You have to discard a card?
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. That. Anyway, it's done.
It's done. I guess I'll discard this one. All right, my turn?
Yep.
Okay. I will play this one. And then this one, using the blue gem. That's a corruption of 4 to you. And then I'm going to play my red gem and this one to give me 7 influence, which takes me to 12. No, we started with 10.
Yep.
Takes me to 22. So takes me to 22. And I think I am done.
Okay. Each influence of their own. Going to this one to buy intimidation. I'm done.
Okay. Hold on. I have to play those two. All right. I'm gonna play this one and this one. So I'm gonna raise one.
So raising comes from your play area. Oh, sorry, your hand or your... Sorry.
We can take it from our hand,
It's
right?
from your hand or your discard pile.
Any card out of the discard or top?
It says raise. The player can choose that number of cards from their hand or discard pile to put into the raise area face down.
Oh, so if it was a raise 2, you could raise 2 cards at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm going to take one out of my hand. Anyways, so I'm going to raise this one and we put it face down?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, do you want to put it face down, like up here somewhere?
You can.
I figured we put the raise and the seals up here just so people can see them.
Okay. And then let me see what I got here. All right, I'm going to then play. I hate to waste it, but all right, I'm going to play this one. I'm assuming if we are using a stone to buy, we're using the whole card, right?
I believe so, yes.
I would think so. And then I'm going to keep those two in my hand, so.
Done. Play this card. This card. My oath. I like this card. Oath. Blue. Get. And I think it's going to be it.
Okay.
Ah, that was not a good draw.
Hmm. All right. All right, I'm going to play these two. Use this to raise one. I'm going to put this wild one up here.
No. Remember, it's only something with the star on it.
Oh, shit. That's right. Never mind.
Because otherwise that would be extremely powerful if you could do your special cards. But yeah, it's only the starter cards that have the stars on them. Those are the only ones you can make a source.
All right. Well, fine. I'm not sure that's a great ability. We'll see. I'll put that one up there. You know what? I don't like that. I'm going to use those two to buy this one instead. I'm going to use this one to buy this one. Just one of them, though. Yeah, what's that one? Ooh, that takes one of each. Okay. All right, I'm done. Oh, for the love of God. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna play green, a extortion. Intimidation. You have to discard a card out of your hand.
All right, hold on. I'm still seeing if I'm gonna keep. All right, so I'm gonna keep one. Draw back up.
Of my turn.
I gotta get rid of one, is that what you said?
Yeah, you have to discard one out of. You.
Well, this was not a good draw.
Oh, my last hand, I had one gem card.
Well, I've got 4 out of my 5 are gem cards, but they're all the same gem, and nothing that I can do with them. All right, so I don't think I can. I can't use that one. I can't buy anything.
I can definitely see why Raise is in the deck, because I'm finding now my deck is clogged.
All right, so I'm gonna discard, and discard. Get in there. All right. Oops.
Done.
I'm done. Yeah, that was a wasted turn.
Discard.
Are there cards that actually say seal on them, right?
Yes, I bought one.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not sure how this works. You remember how you overpaid for one of the cards? I'm assuming I'm overpaying for his ability as well, right?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know any way to track it other than they had tokens, but it would make sense that you, like any other game, you overpay and don't get any change back.
Or, well, not necessarily, because in Dominion you can play a whole bunch of coins, and then just say, you know, I'm playing 5 coins in front of me, and you know, for 2 coins I'm going to take this one, and 3 coins I'm going to take that one. But I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure. We'll play it just the same way that you bought. That I'm overpaying for this. So points for that. I'm going to play Basement and play another that. 4 up to. And that's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna play this one and this one. I'm gonna buy Conjunction.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. One looks neat.
And we'll see if I ever get to play it. And then I'm gonna play this one and My influence is 7, so that takes me to 29. Oops, I forgot to refill this. What's he do? Oh, there's his. This was one of each, right? Yeah. Okay. I think I am done.
So 1 blue gem in my seal. So seal off a card. So I'm going to seal card. And seal. From my seal is from your play area. Play area. Okay, well, I can't even do that. Need to move that card, that card. So you have to discard a card, and I gain. Then I'm going to use the seal ability to move the portion.
So the cards that we raise are what? Those are sources?
So the when you raise a card, it goes face down unless you raise one of your gem
Right. Well, I'm
cards.
talking like, yeah. So if it was a gem, is that a source, or is the card up here a source?
No, this is the seal. This one is sealed.
Okay.
A source is when you've played a gem card on top of a face down card in your raise area. Then that becomes a source.
Okay. All right. So I need to discard a card. Is that what you told me?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to. That's going to be it. Okay, over to you.
Sorry, I'm discarding my card here. All right, so I'm going to play. All right, I'm going to play this one and this one. And I'm going to play this, which allows me to draw 2 and influence 5. So 1, and I got to reshuffle. Reshuffle. Draw my next one. Okay, and then 5, so that takes me to 34. All right, and then I'm going to play this one and this one to draw 2. Damn it. Not what I wanted. Stupid. Should have done what I was going to. What's that give me? Yeah, I don't want that. All right, so I'm done. Stop it. Shut up. And Yeah, I'm gonna discard anything else here. Discard that one.
I'm gonna play.
Would you buy that last one?
That is.
Mm-hmm.
Then in spending 2 and 2, I turn.
Okay. Um. All right. I'm going to do these three, one of each. I'm going to buy Experiment. And then, oh yeah. Is that one discard, one influence form? And yeah, I'm just going to spend. I'll overspend. I'll buy this one. Oops. Something tells me my deck's way too big.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. As that there needs to be more raise cards to help you thin your deck out.
Well, the fact that it's like, I mean, you can raise and just get rid of them, but it's, I mean, you could just keep raising and putting them face down. You don't
Yeah.
have to put a gem there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still not sold on the burning 2 cards just to get a gem.
I am.
Permanent.
If I had more
Well, you
raise,
haven't done it.
I haven't done it because I haven't had the raise card in my hand at the right time.
I got you. All right, so
And I mean, I have 19. I have 25 cards in my deck, 26 cards in my deck, and one of them has the raise ability on it.
yeah, what I've got 6, 19. So I've got 25 cards.
Okay, so I am going to play this card. Buy this. A card and I'm going to this one at Oh, actually, buy that card. Now that's it. Yes, I do not have.
Hmm.
I'm going to discard.
I'm almost thinking it's like the cards you got at this point in time are pretty much what you're gonna have to work with.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure buying any more cards is a good idea at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, maybe they get out one time. Okay, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna play that one. I'm gonna play the conjunction. Now, the part at the bottom, is that just I just got to spend 2 green because I don't, or do I have to have that symbol?
So no, so you would have to use 2 greens on another card, whether it's to buy
Right.
something else or to, like, if you bought this research card, for example. As long as you've used the 2 green, then you can use this ability. In other words, you can't just throw out 2 green cards and say I'm going to use it. You have to have done something with those green cards.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So what does this give me? Draw 2 plus 2 influence. So I'm at 46 or 36. And then draw 2. 1, 2. Ain't that a mofo? God bless it. Hmm. All right, well, I'm done. That was not a great turn. Get rid of this one.
This one,
And
speech.
get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of this one.
And when you're finished, you have to discard a card.
I hate that card. Which one is it? You keep playing it.
There's intimidation and there's extortion. Yeah. So I have both those cards in my deck.
Okay.
I think I.
Yeah, I guess I'll just get rid of this one. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll play this one and this one. So it's 4 corruption to you.
Suck.
9. 1, 2. And then so that had to be a school. I'm gonna play my wild in this one for influence 7. It takes me to 42.
43.
Oh yeah, I was at 6, wasn't I? Let's see here. I gotta flip the card. 43. What are you at?
48.
48. It's getting a little closer.
Yep.
All right, and then can't do anything there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have no cards left. Here. Shuffle.
Done.
I thought I had 25 cards. I only got 24. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry. Let me draw my cards here.
That one, second play both. One. Mint.
Do I try to go big or go home? That's the question. Let's gamble. All right. Because you're within 5 of winning, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play this and this. So I'm going to draw 2. Move up 2. Or is it 3? 2. So that puts me at 45. And then that did not work out how I wanted it. Really not even have to get, I don't know if I'd even get any of these cards you buy into your deck or played. You know what? Screw it. I'm not buying anything. And I'm going to discard. And I'm going to discard.
This one, contact, since they use the active abilities of cards in the offer row this turn, pay their costs. So I'm a while to this one. Gain influence 6, and you discard 2 cards. Discard this one. You have to discard a total of 3 cards.
Okay.
And that is it for turn. So
should be. So I just get my turn. Or well, I was first player. So is it just
you
over
were first?
then?
Yeah.
Wasn't I? Yeah, I was first player.
Yeah. So that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the most I could have got was another 7 influence. The problem I ended up having with this was I had, in hindsight, I had most of my good cards were relying on red gems.
I noticed that too. I had the same.
I didn't have that many red gems.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely seems to be. I seem to have a lot of green. And I was low on red. So I wonder if they are. I didn't even look. I wonder if they are staggered to say that you have, like, there's more green than there are blues.
I mean, whoops, what the heck is going on there? I mean, it's possible, I suppose. I don't know why in the world they're, because I don't think, I mean, you got a wild, which, yeah, I guess I did have, they must have just all been bunched up. I never seem to get them at the right time, because but most of the ones I needed were only single gems anyway, so the double ones really weren't doing me a whole lot of good unless we were playing that wrong.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you're overpaying for stuff, but yeah. The rules aren't 100% clear on that. Because if you could play, like, if you played all your gems out and then used your gems to say, okay, I'm using one of these red gems to do this, and I'm going to use the other red gem to do this, I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and maybe there is an equal distribution. It's just at the since there's only there was
12.
maybe 15 cards in the power deck there.
Tell you.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but there weren't a ton, so it was kind of like when you had an opportunity to buy, you just had to buy something. You couldn't really afford to wait for the perfect, if you wanted to concentrate on red gems or whatever. Because then the other person's able to get all the others. But I don't know. I mean, it was fine. It seemed like a very slow build
Yeah.
to be able to do anything. Because I think I only had maybe 3 cards. I had Influence 7, Influence 2, and I might have had one more. And so I had another Influence 2, I think. So, I mean, I had 3 cards out of the, what I had to be able to raise the influence. I had one that would allow me to lower yours. I also found it hard to try to get a combination of cards with the right symbols to be able to trigger the other abilities.
Yeah, that I also found difficult. And so, just a clarification, rereading the rules is if a gem card offers multiple resources, the player can split them and spend them on different actions.
Yeah, well,
I'm not.
I mean, it would have changed it slightly, but I don't think it would have. I mean, I don't think it would have affected the end of the game score.
Yeah, I thought I was going to use that raise and seal abilities a lot more than I did. And I think because you only start with one raise card in your hand, and I think I only had like a total of 2 at the end of the game that allowed me to raise cards. I like that there's an inbuilt way to streamline your deck. I just found it very difficult to do. Because quite often it was like, well, I can streamline my deck or play the gem I can play the gem right now to get influence. So I had a fair number of cards that gave me influence if I played the right gem.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and I kind of did a stupid move. I buried on one of my raises. I buried the card that allowed me to influence by 3 on a blue gem and as many blue gems as I had.
Yep.
But at the time, I was thinking I was going to put a wild one up there to have a permanent, or I had a double red. I'm like, oh, if I get up there, have that permanent, then every time my influence card comes up, probably that's what I should have done. Is I should have waited to get a single red influence to have that up there, so that every time my influence 7 came up, I could use it.
Yeah, but I also thought the sealing of cards is going to be more important, that you can kind of put them off to one side, but your starting deck doesn't have a seal option in it.
Right.
And I bought one of the seal cards early on, and I think I ended up getting another seal card kind of late in the game which it didn't matter anymore. But that ability to put your seal off your raise cards so that you can get them at the right time, like you were saying, if you wanted to seal off your red gem, and you only have one seal card in your deck, you kind of have to wait to get the seal card at the right time.
Right.
It's this whole of when the cards come up, and it's a lot more difficult to manipulate when your cards come up than I thought.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think. I mean, I'd be interested in playing it again, having played it once and kind of seeing kind of how things kind of combo together and see if that changes the strategy or the playing of it at all.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't dislike the game. It wasn't as not sure what the word is. I didn't think it was. I thought there's going to be more, like you were saying, the more combos to it.
Yeah, there wasn't like a big explosive chaining of cards together.
Yeah, when you play Dominion or you play some of these other engine games, you're like, okay, I'm playing this card, which gives me the ability to play this card, which gives me the ability to play this card down the line. This was, I play this gem to play this ability. I play this gem to play this ability. I play this gem to play this ability. But the abilities I'm playing weren't interacting with each other. And again, it's the first time playing. I'm sure we could have done a much better job of picking the cards we were buying.
Oh, yeah.
But it just... that last card I played that allowed me to use this one, I thought was cool.
Right.
I played a gem of any color, and I could activate any of these cards just by playing their costs. Was interesting, and I liked some of the abilities in this game. I thought they were interesting, and maybe we just went flying too heavy too quickly, that our decks just became bloated, and we really couldn't get the combos that we needed.
Well, I think part of it was buying a lot early
Yeah.
and not waiting for the right cards to come up with the right symbols to be able to use that second ability.
Yeah.
Uh, I was able to get some second cards in there towards the end, but then I just couldn't get them to come out at the same time. So I kept holding back the same two cards, hoping I'd get the cards I needed the next time I drew. But then about every other turn, I was having to discard at least one card out of my hand.
But the ability to hold on to cards is also nice as well. Because
It is.
Dominion, you have to get rid of your entire hand. Draw. But Thunderstone does allow, the original Thunderstone allowed you to keep cards, which is what I like. Because if you're, I really need this other card to play with this card, at least you can hold on to it, which is nice.
Yeah, which to me kind of lessened the power of the seal card.
Yes. Definitely.
And maybe that's why there weren't as many out there available. I don't even know if I owned a seal card, to be honest.
I owned one. The problem is it was very difficult to use because you seal a card that's in your play area. So it's not out of your hand, it's not out of your discard pile. So you have to have the seal card and the card you want to seal and be able to play the card
Right.
in the same turn.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the benefit of doing it because otherwise, if you just keep holding the cards in your hand, then you're only drawing 3 new cards or 4 new cards or, whatever. So I see the benefit of it, but it didn't make it as as hard. Well, it didn't make it as big of a detriment to not have a seal ability.
Okay, so let me go back to the box cover. I think overall, I would definitely want to play this game again. I actually enjoyed it enough to say I would like to come back to this game and try it. I don't know if I'd rush out and buy this game or back it on Kickstarter. But if I definitely saw this, at a con or someplace I could try it, I would definitely try it. And I can see why it has successfully funded at this point. I mean, I'm not sure how long it has to go, but it's definitely reaches its funding goal. So, your final thoughts on it?
So, I mean, I like deck building games. I think there's a couple interesting twists in this one, for sure. Thematically, I mean, I think it's supposed to be like 17th century Italy with some magical powers. I mean, I didn't sense any sort of real theme coming through on it. I like the artwork, but I've got a lot of deck building games, so I don't know if I would back it at this point in time, having only played it once. I definitely would like to play it again and see some more of the cards and see some of the different combos and just see if it was just a first time playthrough that we weren't really delving into the strategy aspect of it as much. So play it again, yeah, for sure. Buy it, I don't know. Innovative, it's got a couple cool things about it that I enjoyed, but it didn't blow my socks off.
Yeah, and I think blowing your socks off is a good metaphor for this game because it was good and interesting enough to want to come back to, but not enough to say I'm dropping everything and rushing out to the story.
Yeah, but you know what? And the more I think about it, just the fact that we say we'd like to play it again and kind of explore it nowadays with gaming, that's actually a pretty good endorsement. I mean, at least from us, because there are a lot of games that you don't want to go back and spend any more time on, and this is one that I would like to.
Yeah, very true. I mean, all the other ones we've streamed so far, there hasn't been a game we've streamed that we haven't liked. But I think this is the first one that both you and I have said, yeah, I'm like, I actually wouldn't mind playing this again in the not too distant future.
Right.
So I think we shall wrap up the stream. So I hope everybody enjoyed. Again, if you like this, please comment either here on our Patreon page to let us know what style of games. We're aiming to keep these around an hour. So we could go longer. I mean, there's nothing kind of stopping us, but I just figured for streaming, people want kind of shorter stuff that they can consume easily. So we shall wrap this up. So until next time, thanks for watching.
See ya.